This is Sam Schwartz, and today we're going to go through how to set up and operate the pitch clock for Athletes Unlimited Softball. Here we've got our All-Sport 5000 Daktronics scoreboard console, and we've got the play and shot clock here. This is not your dedicated pitch clock like you see in the major and minor league baseball leagues. This is a dedicated shot clock, play clock protocol that we're going to run basically in a modified manner to make it as our pitch clock. So the connections I've made here is I've connected the shot clock to power, I've connected the All-Sport to power, and then I need a signal cord that goes from here into here. And there's a really long cord so you can put the shot clock as far as you want. You don't have to worry about a buzzer going off, there's no buzzer. And then the last connection I make is for my switch, which makes easy operation. And this goes into port J7, which is seen on the bottom under the ports. Not J4s, they look the same. We're going to operate the play and shot clock, not the game clock. We're not going to use the game clock. At this point, we're ready to turn on the console. So using the switch over here, it's going to turn on. And it's going to ask if I want to resume game. The code on the top should display 6,000. If it doesn't, you press clear on the number pad and then type in 6,000 and hit yes. If it's already 6,000, just press yes. And in this case, there you go. And you'll see that the clock has lit up. There's 5 seconds. Here are all the buttons you need to know. So the go button is the same thing as flipping go on the switch. Again, it's a little easier to use the switch, but whatever works for specific operators. Stop also blanks the clock. Sets it to the first preset, which I'll get to in a sec. This is only for purposes of something got screwed up, you need to reprogram it. If you're stopping the clock and it goes to something other than blank, you want to hit the set R1 blank button, type in any number, and then press clear, and then enter. And then the button next to it, which I'll have labeled later on, which will say set R2 or something along those lines, you press this, press 1-5, enter. This will be the number that it goes to when you press the 15-second button, or the horn button, which is the reset button. Again, we're repurposing a lot of things here. So if I press the horn button now, it goes to 15 because it's set up correctly. Pitcher gets the ball, we're counting down the seconds, and now the AU softball rule is the clock will stop and be blanked as soon as the pitcher's motion begins, which is any time after the pause. So if in instances of pitcher Carrie Eberle does a little rock the baby, cradle the baby motion before she starts pitching, as soon as that motion starts happening, you clear the clock. And that is done by simply stopping the clock. The pitch has been thrown, the catcher throws it back to the pitcher, you wait about 1 second, then you hit the horn button to set it back to 15, and you restart it. You do this over the course of the game. Now, you do not time commercial breaks on the clock. The only other thing you're going to time is a 30-second mound visit. When this happens, because there's no button for it, there's an instruction right here. So all you have to do is you press the set once button, 3-0, enter, and then start it. It's important that you do this with the clock in the stop position. If I do it with the clock in the run position, then it's going to blank it. In order to start it, I have to stop it and then start it, if that makes sense. And stopping it will also blank it, requiring you to re-enter the time. So make sure this is stopped, press set once, 3-0, enter, and start it. You can alternatively use the go button, which you don't have to worry about blanking. If for some reason the clock isn't blanking when you stop it and the clock is simply stopping, there may be a thing called reset on stop that's disabled. This is unlikely, but if it's the case, you press menu, up, you press yes on edit settings, and you're going to scroll down. It's talking about the main clock, play clock, that's already set. And when you get to this prompt, reset on stop, you're going to hit enter for yes. And that should fix the issue. That's all there is to running the pitch clock for Athletes Unlimited Softball. If there's any questions, my email will be in the description. And happy pitch clock operating.